Hello everyone, my name is Zizi and this is my Death Aura Caustic Arrow Occultist Magic Finder. I have been playing PoE for more than 7 years now and I'm pretty sure I have over 10k hours played in this game. Before PoE, I played Diablo 2 and became a fan of Magic Find pretty fast. In the last couple of leagues, I tried to make a Magic Find build that was not so click intensive as a bow Magic Find, Pathfinder or Deadeye would be. While searching PoE Ninja for builds, I stumbled across the Death Aura Occultist and instantly fell in love with the idea of just walking around and gathering loot because everything died around you. If you are a guy that doesn't want to click 10 times per second to cast Tornado Shot or Lightning Arrow, then I'm sure this is the build for you. This build is very easy to league start with. We level up as Coldot Occultist, and after we finish the campaign and have enough Chaos Orbs to buy a Death Soul and a few Regret Orbs, we can already respec. In this POB, that you can find below in the comment parts of this video, you can see how my skill tree looked when I was done with leveling, and how the skill tree looks after I swap to my Death Aura Caustic Arrow setup. In the skills part of the POB, you can also find the gem links that I used after the swap. As a note, try to get at least 4 sockets on your Death Soul. Since we need 4 off colors for this, we will use the crafting bench to get the 2 blue and 2 green sockets. Use the 1 blue, 1 green bench craft for the first 2 sockets. Now, if your third socket is a red one, use the 2 socket craft to remove it, and then the 3 socket one to add a new socket until we hit a green or a blue socket. Now we repeat the same process with the 3 and 4 socket crafts until we get the last one we want. We will use the 6 socket bench craft to add the last 2 red sockets when we have enough jeweler orbs. In the items part of the POB, you can find all the items that I had after the swap. Because this respec is so easy, I also included a couple of MF items in it. None of these are required to respec, but since this is an MF build, we plan to start magic finding early. These magic find items are the Ascetic and Viscose Leash. Since the Ascetic needs a white and a blue item, I tried to make a magic ring with life and rarity. The white item will be my quiver. In the notes part of the POB, you can find my plans on gearing this character in 7 steps. After the initial gearing, I will look to upgrade the characters with Glorious Vanity, Viridis Veil, and Goldwear. These items are big for MF and are survivability in yellow and early red maps. We do Uber Lab as soon as we feel we are ready. I tend to do it around level 85. This is where we pick up Unholy Authority. Now we can apply an additional curse on mobs. I usually get a pair of gloves that has curse on hit as a corruption, or Asena's Gentle Touch if I can afford it. A pair of Sadima's Touch with Enfeeble on hit is also a very good but very expensive choice. The next step in our gearing process is to get our Chaos Damage large cluster together with the 2 medium and 2 small clusters. Preferably, you would make it as an 8 passive cluster gem with Unholy Grace and Wicked Pall. For the last notable, you can choose from Unwavering Evil, Unspeakable Gifts, or just get one with 2 notables, they are a lot cheaper. As a medium cluster, Flow of Life is, in my opinion, the best notable, paired with any other helpful notable like Brute for Potency, Student of Decay, or Unwaveringly Evil. For small clusters, we need Mana Reservation Efficiency clusters with 3 passives. These should help us with Resist, Strength, Dex, or any other stat we need. As a note, you either get both Uncompromisingly and Mortifying Aspect notables on these small clusters, or one of the stats will need to be the 25% increased effect one. Since we are on the jewels part, As normal jewels, I tend to get jewels with increased life and a mix of resistances, strength, chaos damage over time multiplier, chaos damage, damage over time multiplier, etc. Now, it is time to save up some divines for our bow and the Empower support gem. These are the stats you want on your bow. +1 to level of socketed gems, increased chaos damage over time, % to damage over time multiplier, can have up to 3 crafted modifiers, +2 to level of socketed support gems, and % to chaos damage over time multiplier. There are a lot of videos on YouTube about how to craft this bow, but basically, you alteration spam your 6-link bow until you get a tier 1 damage over time multiplier. You regal annul this until you make this a rare bow with only the damage over time multiplier stat on it. Now you will need to craft cannot roll attack mods and exalt it, and then hunter exalt it. This will add the +1 to level of socketed gems and increased chaos damage over time stats. Remove the cannot roll attack mods craft, and after, craft the last mods we need. Can have up to 3 crafted modifiers, +2 level of socketed support gems, and +2 chaos damage over time multiplier. After you have your new bow, it is time to work on your Awakened and 2120 gems. We will need Awakened War Manipulation, Awakened Swift Affliction, Awakened Vicious Projectiles, Awakened Increased Area of Effect. For 2120 gems, we will need Mirage Archer, Efficacy, Life Tap, Less Duration, Blasphemy Support, and the Despair Curse gems. Consider also getting your 21 Aura gems, Determination, Malevolence, and Grace. Later on, if you enjoyed the build and managed to save up hundreds of divines, feel free to check out the Endgame PoE for even more expensive endgame items like Headhunter, Watcher's Eye, Eyes of the Great Wolf, etc. You can find this PoE in the notes and in the description of this video. As I said in the beginning, we leveled this build as a cold occultist. In the description of the video and in the notes, you will be able to find a detailed leveling PoE, and in the next few days, a link to a detailed leveling guide video also. Cold Dot is a very easy way to level from the beginning and all the way into maps until we decide it is time to switch to the Death Aura Caustic Arrow setup. As you can see in the leveling PoE, we have a very detailed note section for every act, with goals to achieve, what gems to use and where to get them from, together with an example of the gear I had while leveling. This being said, for any questions and concerns, you can catch me streaming daily on Twitch TV/ZZGames. Thanks for watching, and I hope the Crucible will shower you in divines.